To the headlines now. New at noon, an IMPD officer has been arrested for domestic battery in front of a child. Indianapolis Metro Police tell us last night around 9, Whiteland police were called to Country Wood Drive on reports of domestic violence. They say the person who called them had been battered and restrained. Officers ended up arresting the 7-year IMPD veteran on preliminary counts of domestic battery and strangulation. The Johnson County Prosecutor's Office is looking into this, deciding on final charges. For now, that officer will be placed on administrative leave.
911, where's your emergency?
There's some kids or somebody throwing stuff off the overpass, and there's a bunch of semis on the side of the road. I'm assuming their windshields are busted. I got hit with whatever they're throwing, but it hit the roof of my truck.
Right now, police in Johnson County are investigating after baseballs, dozens and dozens of them, were thrown onto I-65, hitting multiple cars and semi-trucks, as you just heard there. This is the second time this has happened in 2 weeks. And as you can imagine, law enforcement, they want answers. They say the 911 calls started coming in on Monday of reports of something being thrown onto the interstate. And what drivers thought were rocks or vegetables turned out to be more than 100 softballs and baseballs.
It's inconsiderate, it's reckless, it's immature. We have a lot of travelers on I-65 during the Thanksgiving week, and it's totally just flabbergasting.
Yeah, sure is. The sheriff's office is urging the suspects to come forward before somebody gets hurt. They're also increasing patrols in that area. Now to an update on a story we brought you as breaking news yesterday on 13 Sunrise. A 7th grader at Noblesville East Middle School is facing charges for allegedly making threats to the school online. Yesterday, district officials closed Noblesville schools after the FBI flagged police about the threats. Police say agents later tracked the suspect down and found them at their home in Noblesville. Investigators say they also found evidence connected to the threat. Right now, the 7th grader is in custody on a preliminary charge of intimidation. This afternoon, we now know former Whiteland High School student Tyreek Radford L. will spend 50 years behind bars for murder. Radford L. is charged with murder for killing a 16-year-old at the bus stop. Our Samantha Johnson was the only TV reporter in the courtroom yesterday and walks us through this case.
It was an incredibly emotional afternoon inside Johnson County Court on Tuesday. Family members of both sides coming together to share more about those young men. Of course, that includes the defendant, Tyreek Radford L., who pleaded guilty just a few weeks ago to killing 16-year-old Tamario Stokes Jr.
My Mario had a heart of gold.
Gunned down at his Whiteland bus stop on August 25th, 2022. Greenwood police say Tamario was shot at least 8 times. Lieutenant Adam Burnett testifying Tuesday that Tamario did not have a weapon on him that morning.
And me, his mother, I tell you what, that bullet did. It left a hole inside of me so big and wrecking. It left me with a taste of tears and a constant wondering that will never go away.
Judge Douglas Cummins allowed 13 News to take pictures inside the courtroom Tuesday. He spoke directly to the families before delivering his sentence. First, to Radford L.'s family.
I don't judge him as a person. I am judging the actions that happened on that day.
Then to Tamario's family.
I understand there is not a sentence I could give him that's going to be big enough for you.
In the end, 20-year-old Radford L. was sentenced to 50 years in prison.
50 years executed, 5 suspended. Credit time as of today is 824 actual days.
That means his actual time could be more like 43 years. Several of his family members took the stand Tuesday, calling him caring and kind. His mother, who asked not to be recorded, talked directly to the judge, saying, quote, "Sometimes good people do bad things, but my son is not a monster." She went on to say, quote, "Whatever happened, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for this family, and I'm sorry for my family." In Johnson County, Samantha Johnson, 13 News.
And several teenagers in Indianapolis have been arrested accused of criminal gang activity. IMPD tells us the teens call themselves the Taliban Chapo Gang. It's often abbreviated as TCG on social media. A shooting back in March on MacArthur Lane sparked this investigation. Court documents outline other cases investigators are tying the gang to, including, they say, at least 6 instances of gunfire and 2 other shootings, ending with somebody hurt.
They operated since this early spring with some criminal activity all the way through to recent arrest of at least 5 individuals that were apprehended with alleged gang activity. Within that, there was firearms that had been shot off throughout the city, and there were several instances that these individuals were connected to.
Police say surveillance video and social media posts help them connect the dots. Another update from Metro Police this afternoon. Officers say they've arrested a suspect in a shooting outside an East Side nightclub. You may remember this from Sunday morning outside Brad's Brass Flamingo. That's on Southeastern Avenue near Prospect Street, South Grand Avenue. Court documents say security video caught a fight in the parking lot. Investigators say Dominic Collins allegedly fired his gun in that video, shooting a man twice. Detectives say the video did not show the victim attacking Collins or holding any weapons. The victim told police it started with an argument over missing money inside the club. At last check, the man was in the hospital in serious condition. And now to the investigation into an Anderson police officer who allegedly sent sexually explicit messages to teens. Court documents show this happened while he was working as a school resource officer at Highland Middle School. Documents also say Joshua Cincinnati gave his personal phone number to a teenage boy to, quote, stay in touch over the summer. That boy told police the messages from Cincinnati were sexually explicit. He also told police he knew of 4 other boys getting messages as well. Cincinnati allegedly gave the boy and his brother money.
The language that an adult is using with a child, the communication about sex and sexual matters, and yet it really does fit with profiles about what we know of grooming children.
The Anderson Police Department says Cincinnati was placed on administrative leave back in July. He faces charges of child solicitation. 13 News reached out to the school district and middle school several times for comment on the investigation. So far, we've not heard back. Switching gears now, more Hoosiers helping Hoosiers this holiday season. Colts linebacker Zaire Franklin teamed up with the Shalice's Angels Foundation to provide a sit-down meal for 150 people at the Boys and Girls Club in Indianapolis. Zaire brought some of his teammates and family along, as you see right there. He says he wants to make sure he's exemplifying the importance of kindness and generosity for his son. Take a listen.
I just want him to always have a spirit of giving and an attitude of, giving to people who are less fortunate than us and always giving back to a helping hand. And, it's more than just being a football player. You want to impact the community in a positive way no matter how you do it.
An important message here. This event was a party, lots of music and food. Zaire says in addition to helping serve meals, he won a couple of dance battles too. The Pacers are also giving back, making sure people have a warm coat this winter. The event took place at Horizon House. That's an organization helping neighbors in need find and maintain housing. Fans donated more than 800 coats for the drive, organized by assistant coach Lloyd Pierce. Several players and coaches helped out, including Pacers guard Aaron Naismith.
You guys cheer us on, and it's on us, and it's our part to help, cheer you guys on and do whatever you can to help the community as well. So we appreciate the fans, and we just want to show our gratitude any way we can.
Fans who donated got free tickets to an upcoming Pacers game.